What's up, everybody? It's Stealthy here, and today we're coming back with the Texans CFM. If you missed the first episode, you can go back and watch that. But now it is week 14. In the league, we are 9-3, and we're coming up against the Bears. They only have 3 wins on the season, so it should be a pretty easy game for us. The commissioner of MML, he puts out weekly point spreads, which a spread, if you're not familiar, is like in Las Vegas for betting. They just set a point total, so it's 12.5 is what we're projected to win by the spread. So 12.5 is a lot of points, so we should be able to take this game in handily. And Michael Thomas also has 21 reception touchdowns, and the record for reception touchdowns in the season is 23 by Randy Moss. So he's coming up to that, so look forward maybe in this episode, next episode, or a couple down the line. We'll see Michael Thomas break that record, hopefully. He's been amazing for us this season. Best or maybe second best receiver in the league is Henry Ruggs on the Rams. They only have 1 loss, and Ruggs is on pace to get about 2,600 yards. He's tearing it up with his 98 speed. But let's get into this game. So I always like to start in defense, try to get the ball back after halftime, usually for a extra momentum boost. And we already have a second and long forced, and a fumble right there is going to result in a early third down on that play. And Bridgewater rolls out, and that short pass, interesting decision not to throw it downfield. So it does lead to a punt, and Tyler Lockett is back to return. Gets a couple yards, and so Dalvin Cook always run at the beginning of the game as well. He had a great game last week, I believe, only 3 touchdowns, and that pass is over the head of Edelman on the RPO, and Baker Mayfield just sets up the Bears perfectly in position with the chance to get the first points of the game. And they take a shot for the end zone. That one's incomplete. Bridgewater takes another stat, and he looks for the end zone again. Will be picked off. That one's just incomplete. So third down, the Bears haven't shown me too much. They still like I can beat them handily. Is J.D. McKissick. He's a running back that gets a lot of receptions on this team, lots of rushing yards, which is interesting because he's old. He's a pretty low overall normal development, but he is a centerpiece of this offense. If it works, it works. So Edelman gets his first catch of the game there. Edelman's only been all right. I think he has our 3rd most yards on the team, but he gets a big gain right there past midfield. Now Dalvin Cook juking back inside, and I didn't realize this, but Dalvin Cook actually has the spin cycle superstar ability, which I need to be utilizing more. I almost never use spin moves. I think it just gives him faster moves. As Michael Thomas down the seam puts us in the red zone. Next game I'll look to run some more with Dalvin Cook and spin moves. As Edelman dives for the end zone but doesn't get it right there. And now the RPO, that was a dangerous pass. Shouldn't have thrown that one. And somehow the camera got messed up on this play, but it doesn't matter. Edelman back in the end zone. He pulls in a touchdown. And that old man is just looking to get one more Super Bowl before he retires, of course. He's got at least a couple with the Patriots, but he is 33 years old, ready to retire pretty soon. And I am noticing the audio is very out of sync again. I think it's just when I mess with the speed and the editing, the speed of audio and video. But later it does fix itself. I'm not sure how to fix the rest of it. But the Bears are not showing anything. They throw it away on 3rd down. So Tyler Lockett fields another punt. And Dalvin Cook, the workhorse of the league, just picks up a couple on that play. But 2nd down, luckily that wasn't a sack. That was just an incompletion. Now we have a 3rd down on the away field. Mayfield stepping back, throwing a pass that was covered. It was somehow caught, but they don't grant the first down to number 16, Tyler Lockett. So another punt. We've seen lots of these. This one is faked. It's a pass to Nick Bawden, the big fullback, and he picks up the first down. Great play there. And Mayfield can't get the screen off. Takes a big sack pause from Ed Oliver. And that takes us to the second quarter. The first one just flew by. It scores 7-3. Now Baker dropping back, and Edelman's out of bounds. And so 3rd and 20. You've seen lots of 3rd downs already in this game. and most of them have not been converted. Just like that one. It leads to another punt. But this one, that one had some lag to it. It was a very short punt. Not what you like to see. And now coming out with 3 tight ends. Blitzing that free safety a lot off the edge, but Davante Adams, that's the Bears' best player. 94 overall, is pretty young. He's, of course, an X factor. But J.D. McKissic is still kind of the workhorse of this offense. He gets a lot of carries, lots of catches. But this time we cover Adams and going to the end zone. This guy loves to throw contested catches, especially to the end zone. A lot of them don't work out. And now Teddy Bridgewater rolling out, trying to run it past 2 defenders before the first down. But it comes up on 4th as Rashawn Gary makes that tackle. He's been a big player on our team. Just a young man. But now the play action to the end zone. That's Davante Adams picking up a touchdown. And the Bears take the lead. Even though, of course, they are on paper a worst team. And the Texans don't even have a chance to answer back. Steven Sims fumbles. Puts the ball on the ground, and the Bears have great field position yet again. And the Texans just, their offense has been doing too much, but the defense, you gotta think they're gonna step up their game. They're just letting a couple plays slip through that shouldn't be there, as Jason McCourty gets in the backfield. But this time the defense does stand up. They force a kick, so the score is up 13-7, and Sims doesn't fumble that one, although he does bring it out. And so the Texans, they don't like to be down. As we throw the RPO, that's Julian Edelman with the juke, breaking a tackle, breaking another one. What? The old man still can put in work. And now we come out with play action. Looking deep, that's Michael Thomas. And the defender had the advantage there, jumping right in front. Now Dalvin Cook is shut down one time. And it gets the Texans to a 3rd down and 13. Unfavorable position. But Baker drops back and fires a dot to David Njoku on the sideline. He's a very athletic tight end. I usually don't throw to my tight end very much, but he's been a great piece of this offense. Just like Dalvin Cook, taking that up the middle. And we hit the 2-minute warning before halftime. And that is a terrible pass. Everyone was covered really late on the route, and you got to wonder what Baker Mayfield thinks. That was not a good pass. He is, even with some high interception numbers, he is on pace to score 57 touchdowns, which of course would break the record. Davante Adams gets kept up the middle. And he has been in the top 5 for the MVP race pretty consistently. But he has pulled ahead a couple times. You have to see at the end of the season where he ranks for MVP if he can win it. He would, of course, get a development upgrade. He's his only star, and that would be an amazing addition to our team. But let's get back to the game. J.D. McKissic with another carry, and the Bears are looking to score before halftime with only 18 seconds. In motion in the wide receiver, and then here comes a blitz by the defense, but they just go short, run up the sideline. Golden Tate, and he can get out of bounds as well to stop the clock. Just 12 seconds. There's McKissic out of the backfield. And there's a couple missed tackles. Can he sneak into the end zone? He does. The Bears, they are the underdog in this game, but they are not stopping. They don't care who's in front of them. They're just going to keep fighting. J.D. McKissic has been putting on a show so far. And the Bears have 13-point advantage going into halftime. And at this point in the game, we really started to experience some more lag. It was not very friendly. I felt like it was hindering my gameplay just a little bit. And we did disconnect. So to fix the disconnection, we had to reschedule the game, and we remember the score was 20-7. So we played through the first quarter again to get the score accurate, and I thought that the defense would get some rejuvenation, but they cannot stop J.K. Dobbins rushing to the end zone for a huge gain. It is now 27-7 in favor of Chicago. So we didn't want to 2 o'clock all the way through the first half. So you guys get an extra second quarter of football, and ideally some more time for the Texans to come back. They don't usually get themselves in this situation, and that'll help. Steven Sims up the middle, drops a dime at Baker Mayfield, and that is a touchdown. That's just what the Texans needed, trying to get back in this game. But remember, it's still only the second quarter after that disconnect. And let me pull out a fun stat for you. So Steven Sims, he's only a 72 overall, but he is a star. He's star development, 23 years old, very young. And he really only comes in on that one formation. And on the season, he has 5 catches, 5 touchdowns, and averages 41 yards per catch. So every single ball he's caught this season has been a touchdown. And here's a big defensive play as we get the ball back and Tyler Lockett runs around like a madman. But yeah, Steven Sims, after Julian Edelman retires, I think he'll be the slot receiver. We might have Julian Edelman for one more season, depends on how much he regresses or if he retires. So look out for Steven Sims next season. And Dalvin Cook on second down, still the main man of this offense. Although he doesn't have the most yards that belongs to Michael Thomas, he picks up a ton of yards. And Michael Thomas is in the zone, but that pass should have been picked off. I wish Michael Thomas had a different zone ability because he wins possession catches one-on-one. But usually when you do a possession catch, you're already wide open anyways, so it doesn't really help that much. As Dalvin Cook sneaks in for that first down on the sideline, and that time his big hit in the backfield, shooting linebacker shot the gap perfectly. Now Cook goes to the outside, and he is hit hard again. And Dalvin Cook takes a lot of these big hits, but he doesn't fumble very much as Michael Thomas is wide open down the field, but we throw it into Njoku in a panic on third down. And that's a missed opportunity by the Texans. They're forced to punt the ball again. You wish they could have scored a touchdown there to Michael Thomas. And when we did sim through that first game to get the score back after the disconnect, it was Michael Thomas that ended up getting the touchdown instead of Julian Edelman. So Thomas now has 22 catches. He's just 1 away from tying the record and 2 away from breaking it. So 99 overall player. He's really amazing. I picked him 13th overall, which is kind of a steal at this point, considering he's one of the best receivers, at least top 2. And shows it off right there. Gets the catch down the middle and takes a big hit and holds on to it. And Tyler Lockett gets another catch. He's been a big part of the short passing game. I think we finally just found what he's good at. He has good enough speed, good enough route running to get open short. And David Njoku short again. We throw lots of short balls, and we can take the top off whenever we need to. Although there isn't too much speed at wide receiver outside of Lockett. That time we throw for the fullback. As we've been marching down this field slowly and silently, but Dalvin Cook brings the ball to the 2-yard line, and now 3rd and goal. And we're nearing the end of the second quarter, and Dalvin Cook gets shut down. But we don't want a field goal here. We want to try to get the touchdown. So Mayfield drops back, and the pressure got to him instantly. We had Julian Edelman wide open in the slot. We're going to show a replay. If I would have just put him on a streak, he had plenty of room, but I thought the user would play differently. It was a great play. So, of course, it's very disappointing for Texans fans. They wanted to get a decent lead, especially going into halftime. They wanted to get close to the Bears score because the Texans do get the ball back at halftime. So they do force a stop. The Texans defense has actually been playing pretty good considering they have 27 points allowed in the first half. But now Tyler Lockett on the drag route, he goes to the 32-yard line. We could kick a field goal here as we pass up. Use our last time out because our kicker, Brett Maher, has 99 kick power, the highest in the game. So we can knock down the field goal, but like I said earlier, we want the touchdown before halftime. Michael Thomas motions over using that route apprentice ability. He is wide open on the crossing route. Baker Mayfield drops the dime, and we score right before halftime, just as we wanted. Thomas now is tying the record for Randy Moss for reception touchdowns in a season. He's been a great player this whole year. He's racking up yards. Hopefully we can get it to 2,000 yards. But now we're in the second half, and the Texans getting the ball back, and they have a chance to really take control of this game and take the lead as Mayfield somehow makes that pass to Dalvin Cook, who gets the first down. Cook is nearing 99 change of direction, so we're going to see how we can use that ability as well. Let's try to lock it on the comeback. Perfect route. And that is a huge play by Josh Allen. He hasn't really been there too much, but the one superstar on the defense just runs a man over for that sack. And Tyler Lockett again, short. He makes the catch. And now 3rd down. Play action. Quick throw. That is Michael Thomas tearing up the Bears defense. Now we're in the red zone. Dalvin Cook is our man to go to. He fights for the 1st down and the touchdown. Hopping into the end zone. And Dalvin Cook, he is one of the top running backs. Even though our offense is led by Michael Thomas, Dalvin Cook, one of the top running backs in the league. And that was important as the Texans took the lead right there, just 1 point. So now the Bears have to answer back. They pick up a 2nd and inches, but that is a dangerous pass. It's picked off. John Johnson the 3rd. Let's take a look at that adjustment. I adjusted him to a middle 3rd. Sorry, just a little proud of that one there after he's brought down. Probably thought he was going to blitz. So now the Texans have lots of momentum in this game as they roll out, and Baker Mayfield throws that away. The Texans have all the momentum. They are looking to take the lead by at least 8 points. So back after that little power outage, there is Michael Thomas on the sideline. Probably could have caught that, got a touchdown. Michael Thomas is in the zone again. Let's see how much that actually does. Dalvin Cook right at the middle. So Michael Thomas is wide open right there. And we're just going to keep running up the middle, keep the defense on their toes. He takes another hit stick, and again, doesn't really fumble too much. But the HB dive inside the 10-yard line. Dalvin Cook, he's a fighter. Gets in the end zone again. And I got to look at his touchdown numbers. He could be near the top. And that would be an amazing feat for him to have 2 of the best offensive players in the league. And so now the Bears are really under a lot of pressure. The Texans have scored 28 unanswered points. They go deep, and that is Jordan Lewis. When it rains, it pours. The Bears have not used their chances in the right way. And so now the Texans are really looking to put the Bears in the dirt here. They're on a huge run. Like I said, 28 points without a Bears score. And so just going to take our time. Michael Thomas on the sideline. Michael Thomas again, the amazing player for our team. We got to keep going to him. And just keep the defense honest. Chew down this clock as much as we can. We don't want to give them very many chances to come back. We have the lead, but when it's open, you got to take it. Michael Thomas down the field, gets to the 1-yard line, and he can break the reception touchdowns in a year record. He's just 1 away. We're on the 1-yard line. Let's see what Michael Thomas can do. We go to them there looking for him, but Dalvin Cook is open, so they take a sack. And so Thomas in the zone rises up like a cyborg. He is able to haul in that pass, and an amazing feat. Michael Thomas breaks the record. But more importantly, it's about the wins and the playoffs here. The Texans are really looking to get the highest seed they can, trying to move to 10-3. That would put them at least in the top 4 teams in the AFC. The Raiders with Lamar Jackson have kind of pulled ahead. They only have 1 loss in the season, I believe. But the Bengals and Bills are still at the top. As the Bears pass McKissick, not much to there. So, again, we get the ball back. The Bears are not having a great time. Maybe they're just going for draft picks now. They want to have the best pick in the draft. So, we have pretty much secured the division. But now, in the NFL, of course, they've changed their rules. So, also implemented into Madden, only the best team in each conference gets a bye. But usually, how it's been in the past is the 1st seed and the 2nd seed get to miss a week, get a free pass the 2nd round, but it's not the case. So most likely the Raiders are going to take away that 1st seed and the bye. I want to get the highest seed possible, but it doesn't matter too much as that lag is a part of the game, not your videos. David Njoku pulls in a touchdown, the superstar tight end. So we're just trying to get the best record we can, maybe pad some stats. Don't tell anyone I said that. But let's get some more XP. Maybe we start our young players. Maybe we sit out Michael Thomas and Dalvin Cook so they don't get injured. Gardner Minshew is on our bench. He is a star development, 72 overall, I believe. Something low, right around there. But we might want to try to get Baker Mayfield MVP. We'll see which we decide is more important. You can leave that in the comments below. You think I should go for MVP with Baker Mayfield or Michael Thomas, or should I sit him on the bench? We do play the Bengals in a couple of weeks, so that'll be a big deciding factor in who has a higher seed. But I do play the Colts again. I just played the Colts last week, so interesting that they schedule same team with only 1 game between them. But I do play the Titans again in the last week of the year, which And somehow we got a sack fumble. I don't even know who got that sack, but Jaylon Furgeson running in the open field. Somehow in all my franchises, he ends up on my roster. Sometimes in the starting role, but he's just been one of my favorite players because he's been on a lot of my teams. And he's a decent pass rusher. He gets us some good pressure. I wish he had better than normal development. That's something we'll have to live with. Maybe a position to upgrade, but it's all right for now. We get enough pressure, even with Grady Jarrett gone. And hopefully Grady Jarrett comes back soon. He's been a huge player. We'll probably sit him until the playoffs. And another sack fumble by Jason McCourty. Again, Jaylon Furgeson. When it rains, it pours. The Texans have scored so many points. 54 unanswered since they were down after that missed extra point. We were down 7-27. The score is now 62-27. There's just something special about this team, and we've proven, I think, that we can take this league on. There was a playoff sweepstakes for rewards where you could pick the playoff seeding that you thought would happen. This was a couple weeks ago in Madden. And you could pick who you thought would win each conference and who would win the Super Bowl. And I was the only person that put Texans winning the AFC because you can't bet against yourself in this league. You got to have the confidence to win. And that's exactly what we did here. We just had confidence we could come back. Great game against this guy. It's fun to play against. I'm sorry for my connection. I think it's because I was trying to upload to YouTube as we tried to play the first time. So, of course, new YouTuber here. We're going to try to figure this out. Thanks for sticking around to the very end of the video. It would mean a lot to me if you could like the video and subscribe for more. I'm going to stay very consistent with these uploads. You don't have to worry about that. And thank you. I'll see you in the next video.